I live in Out West, the Old West. My family from America, they still tease me about that. Oh, you live in the Old West, huh? Are there shootouts every day at high noon? And I'm like, no, that's New West. No, that's not even true. But I mean, no, there are not shootouts every day at high noon. But there are a lot of people in my neighborhood named Sheriff. Anyway, just thought I'd put that out there. Yeah, I was reading about some of these guys who used to be in New West in like the 10th camp. Because I mentioned before, some people have like too many passports, more than they know what to do with. Some people don't have any. And yeah, I actually know the people who are putting together the like attempt to find these guys asylum or whatever. Anyway, it also says here that Amsterdam has more nationalities represented than any other city on Earth. Yeah, including Manhattan, which has the United Nations, which I'm pretty sure is all the countries represented there. At one point it says there are like 179 nationalities represented here. And then later on in the article, it's like 181 nationalities represented. Anyway, I don't know how that works, but I have my own theory. Maybe there's like one guy from Burkina Faso, and he's dating a woman from Romania, but she lives in Utrecht. So when he sleeps over at her place, it's 179. But when she sleeps over in Amsterdam, it's 181. Yeah, it's nuts, man. Yeah, I mean, I live in a neighborhood that could be described as a multi-culti nightmare. Yeah, it's weird, but it's just all kinds of people that live there. Like in my neighborhood, we get a lot of nationalities. Because like on one side of me, there's a German visual artist. On the other side, there's like a Pakistani taxi driver. There's an Italian architect who lives upstairs up there. I think, yeah, we got like a Moroccan civil servant. There's a Turkish entrepreneur. There's a Spanish-speaking South American. I'm not sure where exactly, but they're from students, I think. They're staying on the other side. And there's a Russian guy who moved in, and the Russian guy loves it that there's an American on the street as well. He's like, hey, here's the crazy American. And he keeps saying this. He's like, every time I pass him, he's like, oh, look out, here's the crazy American, bang, bang, oh, look out. And I'm like, hey, what do you mean? Every time I see you, you say, oh, American is crazy. And he said, Gregory, well, you must realize that to be American is, by definition, to be crazy. I mean, you grow up with these American movies. We all know these movies where, life is so perfect. And yet, by the end of the story, life has to become even more perfect. And this is crazy. In Russia, we are taught that life is a series of one disaster after another. And we are never disappointed. That really occurred to me at that moment that's like the whole range of national emotional involvement. America's like up here and Russia's down here. And really in the middle, you've got the Netherlands, America's like on ecstasy and Russia's on vodka and Netherlands is like Prozac. Like, something good happened. Something bad happened. It's, just kind of in the middle. It's like that sort of resistance to exceptionalism that's kind of like my daughter is a ballet dancer. She's been studying ballet in her spare time since she was tiny, and at one point she got offered a spot in this prestigious academy to follow the National Netherlands Ballet. And yeah, it's like the vooropleiding for the Nationale Ballet Academie. And so we were like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, cool, you have to do that. And my whole American family, they were like, oh my God, the National Ballet! She's going to the school for the National Ballet! How cool is that? And that is awesome, and you go girl. And then the Dutch reaction was much more different and more muted from like friends and family. They were like, oh, wow, that's a heavy decision. Sounds like that's a lot of work. And, it's not for everybody. I mean, are you sure you're not just setting her up for failure? And, Are you sure that you're not just imposing your dreams on your child? And I'm like, what is that? You know, it seems like in America, you know, you can ask the poorest people on the street corner, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? They'll be like, well, you know, yeah, up here, I'll be a millionaire. I don't know. I'll win the lottery. You know, my ship will come in. You know, my uncle will become a millionaire and he'll give me the, yeah, like, fine. But they're positive. They're optimistic. Steek je hoofd niet uit de maaiveld, right? Yes. This is the country where you grow up with a phrase like, if you stick your neck out, your head will be chopped off. That's... And I was doing this too. There was this whole that is not possible attitude. My wife was saying, like, could you do some weeding in the front garden? And there's a little planting thing in front of our house, and there's this root sticking out of the ground. She was like, could you just pull that old stump out of there? I was like, well, I'll do what I can. I'm American. Let's do this. And I'm like, dig, 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 pull, 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 and nothing's happening. And here comes my Dutch neighbor, and he's like the guy who works for the city, I think, for like the trams or whatever. And he's walking his dog and smoking a cigarette, and he's offering to help by just standing there and watching. And I'm like, you know, oh, how you doing? I'm just digging and pulling. And I'm like, dig, 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 pull, pull, pull. And he's like, that's not possible. What you're doing, it's not going to work. No, it's not possible. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm just going to keep digging, and I'm going to keep pulling until, you know, like, dig, dig, dig. And I'm like, wobble, wobble, wobble. Let's try this now. Nothing. And he's like, it's not possible. It's not possible. And I'm like, well, thanks for helping, man. But then I dig, 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 and I did a twist, 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 and I pulled it out, and it came out. And I looked at him, and he was like, normally that is not possible. And it's just important to let you know. Yeah, you're not being normal.